With nothing new and interesting happening in my life and no new games to play, I decided to play some of the games I own, but never really played. Most of the games I have are additional games I purchased from the Humble Bundle. See, normally when I buy the Humble Bundle, I normally only want 1 or 2 games from the list, but you get a bunch of other games that I've never really heard of. It's kind of like getting an album because you like one song, but I've just not listened to the rest of the album yet. So without taking any inspiration from any of my friends or any YouTubers whatsoever, here are some of the games I've never even opened. So, I can't stand racing games, so that's probably why I never installed Grid in the first place. But for the sake of this video, I gave it a go, and the PC port is trash. So after slaving over the Steam forums and becoming some kind of elite hacker, I finally got the game to work. Well, good enough anyway. The game drops you straight in with a race as you'd expect, but I couldn't figure out how to go. WASD wasn't working and there was no key bindings in the settings, so I started mashing my keyboard, and it uses the arrow keys. And it's sensitive as fuck. The first time around I fucked my car right at the start, so I kept veering to the left all the time, so I restarted. Second time around this happened. Third time around this happened. And the fourth time around was when the shitty controls really started to shine through and I uninstalled it. The next game I played was Strider, and this is a game I didn't even know existed, yet alone I had it. Strider is a side-scrolling 2.5D hack and slash made by Double Helix Games and Capcom. From what I know, it plays pretty much the same as the original, though I did find the controls kinda confusing in places. It was pretty easy to get the hang of. The game has no bullshit tutorial and just throws you in. Shit doesn't even give you controls, so I had to bash my fucking keyboard again till something happened. It's arrow keys again to move and S to attack. You can also use F to knock people up, but I never even bothered using it for the short time I played. The best way to play this game is to just run to the right and spam the fuck out of the attack key. As is standard with these kind of games, you gain more skills as you progress and enemies become harder and require you to use your head more than just brainlessly spamming keys. The first boss I encountered was pretty satisfying. Guy teleports every time you whack him and he occasionally lets out a flurry of attacks that you can't interrupt. So you have to figure out where he's going to attack and get behind him, or just jump over him occasionally until he attacks and then lay into him from behind. Beating this dude gives you a small charge skill which you have to use instantly to open doors and then break enemy shields. Later on Boss Man comes back, but he brings friends with new abilities, which was pretty nice. Then we get to Dragon Man. This guy's basically an auto-scroller, but it played off pretty well with shit coming in at you all the time and some things requiring you to dodge rather than destroy. Overall, this game is pretty fucking fun. I'll probably play more of it at some point.
Let's look at the fun.
Hey out there, this is Tokyo's very own #1 pirate power station, Jet Set Radio!
Jet Set Radio is a game I've played before, however I was about 4 at the time. At first glance this game looks amazing compared to the Dreamcast version I played when I was a kid, however the controls let it down so much. I really wanted this game to work because of how I remember it being when I was a kid, but they just sucked. I was at a constant battle with the camera and I never really jumped where I wanted to, and spraying was a chore because it used WASD and wasn't very clear on what the keys you needed to press all the time. This game was most definitely one that needed a controller, and I'm sure it would fare better. However, controls aside, this game was also lacking simple gameplay mechanics, those being telling the fucking player what to do. The second level in, you're expected to dodge bullets, find your way around a huge map, heal yourself with red spray cans. I think the game doesn't tell you, so I guess that's what you have to do. I don't know, maybe it's just me being stupid, but the game seems so much more flawed than I remember it being when I was a kid. So I'll probably remove this one from my Steam library as well.
Their evil way.
It's time to settle up.
The final game I played was called
What is?
Gunslinger. This is like a cowboy shoot the men thing, but it was a game that I played for the longest. I've actually been eyeballing this in my Steam library for quite a while, and I've just been looking for an excuse to play it, basically. And this seemed like a perfect time. The general plot of the game is you're like a guy that sits in a bar and telling a story of all the bounty hunting stuff that you used to do to a bunch of people. And that's kind of used as like a narrative for the whole game, and it's pretty good how it does it. So like there'll be times where it's like, oh, I could have gone this way.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
And then you have to go through a whole thing, and you do all of that, and then at the end you die, and then it's like, but actually...
No, boy, that ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett. I stepped inside, and...
I've never seen a game do that before. It's pretty fun. The only immediate issue I had with it was the FOV was stuck at like 2 or some shit, so I had to go into the config files and add stuff and become an elite hacker again. But I got it sorted, and it was actually really fun. The graphics are sometimes a bit hard on the eyes, but I went into it expecting kind of like a Borderlands-y style, go here, kill men, go here, kill men, kill boss. And I feel like this game would probably work pretty well in that format, but the way they do it with the narrative and the format of, oh, I went here to kill this man, and this is how I did it, and then you do it, and then you go on to the next bit, and it's like, well then I killed this man, and this is how I did it. It probably works a bit better, and it's a bit more interactive. Overall, I've got nothing really negative to say about this game. I played it for a good couple of hours because it was really fun. Good job, Humble Bundle, you did it. So that's going to be the end of this video. I'll probably do something like this again at some point. It depends on how many shit games come out in the Humble Bundle. I also have a Discord server if you want to join and give me some verbal abuse, feel free to do it there. And yeah, thanks for not reporting me. Ba 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 ba